do want to kind of show off a few things. Some of them are just super, super minor, but hopefully it'll help. But then there are some bigger things and bigger concepts that we intend to kind of talk through and do. So whenever you go into your contacts list, now this list is my list of presidents from the past, all dead presidents, I guess. And so last week I put this list of names up, and in the hopes that we would not get thrown to the wolves by YouTube. They've been saying, hey, you're displaying personal information. So I did this. I specifically put up bogus names. These are just dead presidents with address information, but it's fake information. Okay, phone numbers are fake, emails are fake, all that kind of stuff. Yet they still came at us and said, hey, you're displaying personal information. But this time we did get an arbitration in our favor, and they put it back. So hopefully that won't be an issue in the future. But just know that whenever we post these, if for some reason it says, it's not available, well, it's probably because they see some kind of violation of some sort, and we're trying to prevent that specifically, and trying to make sure that we don't show off any personal information or anything like that. So I'll try my best to make sure that happens. If it's my information, I really don't have a problem with it. Everybody knows my information for the most part, because I am quite open in sharing it. But so whenever you come into your main screen now, one of the things that I have changed, and this is super, super minor, hardly worth even identifying it, but one of the things that I noticed was there's getting to be a lot of menu choices over here on the left-hand side, and some of the text was just kind of getting was intermingling and kind of getting lost, especially if you came in here and you did a select multiple. So if you turn on the select multiple in the menu, so all I'm doing here is I'm clicking on this little hamburger menu, clicking on the drop down, and there's select multiple. Whenever you open up select multiple, what it does is it gives you the ability to select multiple records. And we were getting a bunch of menu choices, and they've just kind of lost in the mix of things. So I did add icons to them. Like I said, so minor, it's hardly worth noting, but at least now you can kind of see what they are and understand what they are. We made a few changes to the smart import piece for last week. That got pushed. And so whenever you do a smart import, it does open up the contact record that you're importing. I think we've already talked about that. But one of the new things that I've added, and I still have one more to add, but we've gone ahead and turned on the mass email feature in here as well. So what that will do is, if you've got a list of names that all have email addresses, you can come in here, you could select them all. Maybe you're filtering your list down to something, some event, some something, and you want to send out basically the same email to everybody, but have it personalized. And so you can do the select multiple, select all the names, and then come in here and you'll be able to then choose the send mass email. What that does then is that opens up a kind of a different version of our email editor, but it will tell you up here at the top that we're going to be sending this to 50 contacts. In this case, I had selected 50, and therefore there are 50 selected. You can choose who it's going to be in your team, who it's going to be coming from, select that. And like if you were sending an individual email, you could, create a brand new one if you wanted to. either typing it in or letting Sam create it for you, create the subject, or you can come over here to the select template and do some kind of, so I'll grab one here, grab some kind of template of some sort and put it in there. Once you've got this set up, and if you do create a new one and you decide, oh, I want to make that into a template, there is an option down here at the bottom. I'm not sure I've really ever pointed that out, but once you have typed in something, and if you want it to be a template, you can click on the save button and it will save it as a template. If it's already a template and you want to make a modification, but you want to save it as maybe a different flavor of that existing template, you can choose the copy button and it will copy the template to a new template name. It'll give you the ability to create a new template. So, if you just want to make a few minor tweaks to a template, but keep the original, use the copy button, save it, and then you're good. Once you have your email set up the way you want, maybe it's a newsletter, maybe it's, whatever it is, down here at the bottom, you have a button for send now. So if I just wanted to blast this out to 50 people, I'm not going to do that. But if I wanted to, I could just click on send now. Now, just as a favor to you guys, I want to make sure that you are aware, if you are using your Gmail account to sending out information, sending out lots of information over time like this can cause problems if you're sending too much information. In fact, we just experienced that today. Cody's been doing a lot of mail outs and he was using his Gmail account. Gmail comes back and says, hey, you're doing a lot of emailing. We're going to disable this because we think maybe somebody's hacked into your email. It's not something that you do quite as frequently. So it knew that we don't normally send a lot, but we were sending a lot. And so it flagged it and sent it out. So you got to be cautious if you're using Gmail. If you guys are using SendGrid, SendGrid allows you to send, lots and lots of emails. If you have your own SendGrid account, it's you can hook in the SendGrid API connections and stuff, and it will allow you to send out the same way. The advantage with SendGrid is that it does do the tracking as well. So if somebody opens an email, if they view it, whatever, if they click on a link, if they do different things, each time they do that, it logs it so that behavioral information can be used. So it's kind of the advantage of using SendGrid, but if you don't have SendGrid, you can certainly use your Gmail account. Just be aware that you don't want to blast out a bunch of emails using your Gmail account because it could get you in trouble. Once you have that, you can click on the send now, like I said. Otherwise, there is a little drop down arrow here, and you can either choose send now or you can choose send later. Maybe you think to yourself, well, I want to blast this out, but I don't want to blast it out until 7 p.m. tonight. Great. You can choose send later. It will let you pick what date and time you want. And then whenever you do that process, then it will put it into your outbox and send it at the appropriate time for you at whatever time. So if you've got 50, 100, whatever the number of emails that need to go out, if you just want to do it at a certain time, you can do that. So either sending now or sending later.